Hey everybody, it's Mary Gardner. Today we're going to talk about something really personal, and it is about your ego. Now, I know that you have a lot of confidence, and I know that you are very successful in some areas of your life, but let's talk about whether or not you have your confidence in check. Now, it makes sense that you might have a big ego, or friends around you might have a big ego because you've had some really good experience. But I want you to think about how other people are experiencing you. Are you sharing yourself in a way that is making them feel good, or are you talking about yourself to make you feel good? So what I want to do is talk about your leadership style and how you communicate with other people, and if your ego is coming off as confidence or if it's coming off as egotistical. And there is a major difference, and we've all experienced that. Think about that person that you think is egotistical. Now, number one, we understand why people get there, because they've been told their whole life that they're great, or maybe they had experience in a certain area, or maybe they're insecure and they have to pump themselves up to make them feel good. So it makes sense that people have a big ego, of course, especially if they have specialized knowledge, but it also doesn't make other people feel good. And the cost, if you don't get a hold of your ego in a way that makes other people feel good, is the biggest thing is that you're going to lose opportunities. Because if you're not able to keep your ego in check and you're constantly offending people, the other side of the coin is that people are looking at you like you're an idiot, and they just discount you. So it doesn't make sense to continue to run your life with a major ego. Now, I know maybe you don't have a big ego, but maybe you're working around somebody that does, and you can pass this video over to them. That would be great. I've dealt with a lot of people who are having to deal with a big ego, and sometimes it does get in the way of their success. I remember one time I was working with a general manager of a hotel, and he lost his job due to an alcoholic incident, and he couldn't get a job for 10 months. And so the HR company brought me in and said, what can you do for him? So I sat down with him. I heard his story, heard about the alcohol story. And I said, well, I know where you're not getting a job. And he said, why? I said, well, you're not getting a job because you look like an alcoholic. He said, I'm not an alcoholic. I said, I don't care if you're an alcoholic or not. That doesn't matter. I'm just saying you look like one. And because you look like one, you're a threat to my business. So I don't want to hire you because you're a risk. And that one thing to him was so offensive and so upsetting. After we stopped our coaching there that day, he was very polite and everything. He went and lost like 30 pounds in a month, and he ended up getting a job really, really quickly. And the job got him a job. It was $200,000 more than he was making prior. P.S. He ended up getting fired from that job too because he was an alcoholic. So I guessed it right off the top, but it was a real blow to his ego. Sometimes we need a blow to our ego in order to move ahead. So I'm going to give you 3 tips in the event that potentially you're working with a major ego and don't know how to get out of it. And if you have become a narcissist, like so many people in our society, selfie, I'm the best. All right. So anyway, yes, let's just do the little selfie. Okay. Anyway, tip number 1, get a mentor and ask what their qualifications are, certainly, but have a relationship with them that you have to respect that person. They've done more than you in the area that you want to grow. Number 2, ask them for feedback on the areas where you're weak or that you need help, and ask for direct feedback. What is their opinion? I can promise you it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt. When you hear the truth about yourself, it's going to hurt. But if you consider any coach who works with their athlete, they make them feel pain in order to move ahead. You have to be able to feel the hurt. You have to be able to have the truth. And they can give you those guidance and humble factors of how you can move forward and move through that area of ego into confidence. And then number 3, just leave the ego at the door and be a person who is genuinely curious, concerned, and compassionate to other people. If you practice compassion and you start looking at people for the good in people instead of ripping them apart, and you say, okay, wait, I know that I have a critique of them, but I want to encourage them instead of critique them. That would be the area that I would say would be a good area for growth for anyone that has an ego. Okay, guys, I know this was a different topic, but I just had an experience and I was like, this is a good little topic to discuss. I hope this is helpful for you today. Would love to chat with you about your speaking, about your confidence, about your communication on stage and behind the scenes. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to message me, and check out my website, marygardner.com, for all of our boot camps and our upcoming coaching events. All right, guys, thank you and have a great day. Bye-bye.